For those of you wanting Liverpool and Arne Slot to go away, I'm here to tell you that they're going to get even scarier and even better next season. And obviously that is not me as an Arsenal fan what I want to be hearing, or if you are a rival fan watching it, this is not what you want to hear as well. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe and the like as well. It would be greatly appreciated. So Arne Slot's men have obviously won the Premier League title pretty comfortably, and there was no doubts about it. I think from, I would say, around January, you just knew they were going to get that title done. But let's just start position by position and talk about why Liverpool are going to get even stronger. You've got Mamardashvili coming in. This deal was agreed, last summer. And I think this is one of the best young keeper signings you can make. He's 25 years of age. And I mean, just look at this run of form. I know, these rating apps, they don't mean much and all of that. You can have all your doubts. But as a goalkeeper, to be getting 8.5s, 8.1, 7.0 in games that your team have, conceded goals, it just goes to show how good a shot stopper this guy is. Even on the ball, he's very, very impressive. He likes to get about. And Liverpool are planning for the future. Yes, Alisson is world class, but they thought, okay, let's now get the next best shot stopper out there. And I think Mamardashvili and Joan Garcia, obviously in La Liga as well, are goalkeepers that come under that category. So in terms of the goalkeeper department next season for Liverpool, there's a slight shift. I do feel like Kelleher will probably leave the club. There's Leeds interested and many other Premier League clubs interested. So that will leave Mamardashvili, Alisson Becker and Jaros as the three goalkeepers. And for me, that is a very, very strong set of keepers. We saw what Mamardashvili can do for Georgia at the sort of Euros. And I mean, this guy is absolutely quality. But let's get shifting, and we're going to go to the midfield, then the fullbacks. And Liverpool, not the midfield, we'll start with the centre halves, then we'll get into the midfield. But Liverpool and Chelsea appreciate João Hato, and both are monitoring him. This is Fabrizio Romano, by the way. He says, now we see what they decide to do with conversations and negotiations with Ajax, because it's not an easy deal to do. Liverpool have obviously missed out on Dean Huijsen, who's gone to Real Madrid. So they thought, okay, who's the next best young defender out there? And João Hato is definitely coming under that category. He's absolutely phenomenal. Ajax produced such good technical defenders. This guy can play centre half. He can play left back as well. I feel like this guy is absolutely perfect. His on the ball qualities is unreal. Look at these, the greener the sort of stats are, the better the player he is. So for example, in goals conceded, being the 89th percentile means he's in the top 11% for defenders in the same league that he plays in. In terms of also, you're looking at the dribbled past, he's in the top 30% of defenders when it comes to being dribbled past the least. All of these stats are so important. Tackles, he's one of the best as well. Clean sheets, really, really good there as well. This guy is quality, and I think he's just 18, 19 years of age. So Liverpool are investing in their future. We talked about Mamardashvili, João Hato as well. He can come in and make an impact now. They just have it all down to a T. And if we look at what the centre-backs could be looking like next season, Van Dijk, Konate, who's yet to sign a new deal, but I think that will get done soon. Hato, Kwanzaa. You're probably asking, where's Joe Gomez? But I think he's made that abundantly clear that he would like to move on with his career, play more regular football, and Arne Slot probably respects that. So this as a full set of centre halves is probably one of the best in Europe. You've got young understudies to Van Dijk and Konate and Hato and Kwanzaa. So it is just planning for the future, the present, and that is what you want to be doing, and Liverpool are doing it, and that is how big clubs should operate. Now let's get into the midfield situation, and this was crazy to me. Liverpool are monitoring the situation of Adam Wharton. Yes, you can say monitoring, but these are really strong sources coming out saying this. I don't want to mess up his second name, but Jack is very reliable. He really does know his stuff, and he doesn't normally tweet stuff like this unless there's legs behind it. And a fee for around 60 million for Wharton is an absolute bargain. Liverpool need a player of his profile next to Gravenberch, next to McAllister. He can tackle, he can pass, he can receive in deep areas, he can play the slot way. This kid is unreal, and no midfielder has more progressive passes per 90 in the Premier League than Adam Wharton. He's first for sliding tackles, so he can do the defensive job, first for through passes, first for progressive passes, first for progressive action rate. All of these statistics are so positive. He is absolutely unreal, and I'm so jealous that Liverpool are looking at players like this. Real Madrid obviously have a fetish for having the same interest in Liverpool in players. Apparently their hat is in the ring too. But I would trust Liverpool to get this done. I feel like Anfield would be the best next step for Wharton. He can learn under Arne Slot, play next to Gravenberch. He can play instead of Gravenberch. He can play instead of McAllister. He would just make Liverpool absolutely disgustingly good, and I do not want to see anything about it. But it doesn't even stop there. Liverpool have sort of a backup option for a Wharton. It's been abundantly clear they need a number 6. They're looking at Angelo Stiller as well, who is a top player. I really rate this guy. He's unbelievable, and he would cost around 33 million. So you've got Wharton on the more expensive side and Stiller on the less expensive side. Two fantastic options cut from the same cloth. Progressive passes, Stiller is unreal. Defensive job, he's unreal. Bayern Munich are also interested in him. So it goes to show that this guy is no scrub whatsoever. And he's still young at 24 as well. He's just a very impressive player. And you look at this, he's in the green percentile for assists. Successful passes, one of the best in the division. Chances created, one of the best in position. He's a creator from deep like Wharton, but he can do the defensive side of his game as well, which is exactly what Liverpool need in there. So 2 number 6s who would certainly suit the Arne Slot way. And of course, we've got to talk about the attacking midfield positions to put in, sort of involve that in the midfielders category. And Florian Wirtz is obviously the player Liverpool have kind of had the interest in. And as things stand, Liverpool are further ahead than Man City in the race for Florian Wirtz, and that is absolutely incredible. He's going to cost a lot of money though. 150 million euros is a lot, but he is worth that sort of money. This guy is an absolute creative demon. He's really good. Bayern are offering 100 million, maybe that will do it. But Liverpool are targeting the right players. Florian Wirtz as the first option, then Fekir as the second option. Probably not on the levels of Florian Wirtz, but a very good player nonetheless. So Liverpool have their understudy target and their mains target. So if you're even looking at their understudy targets like Stiller, like Cherki, these are still very good players who could come in and make an impact. And that's what makes it so scary, that they can add all of these players after having the season that they've already had. It is just not what I want to be seeing. So when you look at the midfielders category, you've got Wharton/Stiller, probably be the options in that midfield, either or. Then you've got Endo, Jones and Elliott. I think 2 of those 3 will stay at the club, whether it's Elliott to go, Jones to go, Endo to go. I think one of them will certainly leave to make space for a Wharton or a Stiller. Then Gravenberch, of course, is staying one of the best midfielders. McAllister too. Szoboszlai, very good. Then you've got Cherki or Wirtz in there as the creative option to come in. I mean, Liverpool, you are absolutely cooking. Yes, it may be rumours, but these are the right profiles you've got to be targeting. These are the right rumours to be having, and it scares me as an Arsenal fan. It really does. But now let's get on to the fullback sort of category. Jeremy Frimpong, and Liverpool will deal at the final stages. Here we go soon, and that's going to be an absolutely incredible sign. It really is. For around 35 million euros, that's a bargain. This guy is unreal. And just look at this heat map. You can talk about him being a more attacking player, but he can go up and down all day long. He's going to help Salah on the overlap. He's got pace, power, energy, all of the things. Explosive fullback. Liverpool want a profile who's maybe similar to Trent in terms of attacking output, and Jeremy Frimpong certainly has that attacking input. You know, he's such a good player, and they're going to be so blessed when they get him in. And obviously, Milos Kerkez, another player Liverpool have been looking at for a very long time in the left-back position. Quality player. Quality player, £45 million. I feel like this is probably the most nailed on deal. I think I'd be so surprised if he didn't go to Liverpool. Then you're looking at Frimpong and Kerkez coming in. You could even argue that they've upgraded in those areas for sure, definitely. And if we do look at that fullback category, I think either Tsimikas or Robertson will leave. More likely to be Tsimikas, with Leeds interested, with Firpo going. So you're thinking about a Robertson, Kerkez, Frimpong, Bradley set of options. Oh my days, I literally just, that's making me sick. So much pace, power, energy, defensive ability in there. If you want to play Bradley more than Frimpong, you can play Robertson instead of Kerkez for experience. There's so many different ways Liverpool can go about it. It is just, you know, it's an absolute joke, really. Now, let us get on to the attacking side. A winger I feel like will be coming in, because Federico Chiesa is certainly going to be leaving. I think he's going to either go to Napoli or back to Italy, which is a shame because he's a quality player. But Arsenal and Liverpool have held talks with the people close to Nico Williams. This is from Fabrizio Romano. So you're already thinking about how good Liverpool's wingers are. They are ready to add another one, another quality one in there. It's not just Nico Williams. Rodrigo, Liverpool view it as a market opportunity if it comes available. We know Liverpool still wanted to get Kavica Kvaratskhelia in January, so it still shows that they're able and willing to spend money on wingers in the summer. So Rodrigo, Nico Williams is an option, and of course Bryan Mbeumo is a serious target for Liverpool as well. So you've got 3 quality wingers. If they get either any of them, That's just frightening. It's absolutely frightening if they get any of those three wingers that I have just named. They're just pure quality. And of course, in the striker position, Alexander Isak is the first choice striker this summer. For me, he's staying at Newcastle. I'm sorry, he's definitely going to stay there. I feel like Newcastle are going to do their best to keep him. And obviously, he'll probably want to make a legacy for himself at Newcastle. But if you're looking at the options behind him, Hugo Ekitike and Benjamin Sesko are quality young strikers. Very, very, very good players. And the sort of players you would want to be targeting if you couldn't get an Isak through the door. So that means in the attacking positions, Liverpool could literally go into next season with Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, one of Mbeumo, Nico Williams or Rodrigo, which is just frightening. Nunez or Jota, I feel like one of those two will leave, one of them will stay. Still very good to play as an understudy to either Isak, Sesko or Ekitike. They can rotate, and obviously I said Chiesa will leave. But I mean, my word, you thought Liverpool were just going to win this Premier League and just sit on their bums all summer? That is absolutely not true, and I absolutely hate it because they're going to be absolutely unreal. I've said absolutely about 3 times because I just know how scary they're going to be. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope you've enjoyed, and until next time, peace.